Hello there. Hello guys, my name is Johnny and I didn't expect to be making another lightsaber video for a good long while, but my friend went to LA with a couple of his mates on a road trip last month, and when he came back he surprised me with something that I really wasn't expecting. Yeah, he went to Galaxy's Edge in LA and bought a lightsaber for me. This is something that I was really surprised about. I had no idea he was going to do it, but I'm super grateful. And it's a bit of a mystery saber because I didn't say anything particular about what I wanted. I didn't even expect him to get me anything. So I'm going to... I know what it is. I'm not going to pretend that it's like, a mystery unboxing or anything like that, but I had no idea he was going to do this, but I thought I'd show you guys and do a little comparison to Saberforge lightsabers and see, you know, just what the difference is and if there are any pros or cons to one or the other. So here we go. So as you can see, first of all, it comes in this awesome box that sort of is its carry case, and I think it's designed on the box that Rey finds Luke's blue lightsaber in Star Wars Episode 7. So to open it, you just press this little yellow button on top and it unlocks it and opens it like that. I wonder how many of you can guess which lightsaber this actually is and who it belongs to. If you said the Sith Inquisitor's blade from Star Wars Rebels, you'd be close, but it's the blade, well, half the blade he used when he was a Jedi Temple Guard during the Clone Wars. Now this is one that's designed on... They got the idea, I believe, for Rey's like dark vision of herself in Episode 9 from this. It's supposed to be on a hinge. It's a double-bladed saber that comes on a hinge with a one that's exactly the same next to it, and you kink it out and it becomes a double-bladed saber. However, this is just the single-blade version. But I've got to say off the bat, immediately, it's very heavy. It's quite heavy and it's quite big compared. So if, for example, I've grabbed my Oracle saber here, I can get my hands quite well around there and I can get a good grip on it here. But with this one, it's not so much. It's very much thicker and heavier, as I said. But if I take off the end, which I believe you can do to add on the extender. Oh, okay. Well, that's half the weight gone already. The pommel is really heavy. And then here's the battery pack to replace the batteries in. Very much like the Force FX lightsabers, if you remember those. Of which I have a couple, which one day I might show you. So you can replace the batteries when it dies and whatnot. And yeah, like I said, that's already most of the weight gone out of it. It's actually a lot lighter without half of that stuff in it. It's got a nice little red button for the ignition switch, and the way the blade works is actually very interesting. It's very different from Saberforge. So they don't so much have blade plugs, but you take out the end here, and I don't know if you can see down it. Not really, no. Anyway, it's a little clip, almost like a connector, into which the blade goes. Now this is quite cool. He bought this separate, or together, you know, in like a bundle. And you get a little bag to put the blade in, and technically the entire saber if you want. And it looks like Rey's staff. So you can carry it over your shoulder like this, and carry it around the park. And just take it with you on your adventures, which is kind of cool. So you pop the top of that open, and then the blade is in here somewhere. Aha. Now it's very similar to the Saberforge blade in a lot of ways, except for I think it's thinner, not as durable, and I can see down the end of it, it has little strip of LEDs. I think you can just about see that. That emit sequentially, so it looks like the blade ignites from the bottom upwards, which is really cool. But also the biggest difference here is that it doesn't end in nothing, it ends here. This has the power supply for the lights in the blade. It's not one bulb like I thought it was, like the bulb in the bottom of these. It actually fits into that connector down here. Now, can I do this in one, or am I going to embarrass myself? That's confirmation it's in, and you need to twizzle it. There we go, twist it in your hand. And then let's see if it'll show up on camera. Kind of. It's a very pale yellow, and it looks really cool, because like I said, it should be part of a double-bladed saber like this. When it's in, it's really nice. Like, hit detection's not bad, but I don't want to hit it too much, because it does feel a lot more flimsy than the other one. And the sound quality of the... it just very much plays on repeat. There's definitely a gyro in there. Oh, turned it off by accident. There's definitely a gyro in there, which is good. And it's not too bad, actually. It does feel... God, I don't want to sound like a terrible person, but it does feel cheaper. But obviously, this is the kind of thing you go to the park and you buy. It's not something that you like order custom made like some of the Saber Forge stuff. But it is really nice, and it does feel like it belongs in Rebels almost. It's quite a cartoony looking saber. It's got bold colours. It's got some really sort of smooth edges and whatnot. It's not what I would kind of call, I don't want to say sort of realistic, because that doesn't make sense with this kind of stuff. But yeah, this definitely has a bit of a cartoon inspired, bold, soft edges, and also probably because it's thicker and heavier as well, it gives it that impression. But yeah, this is kind of cool. Considering that it comes from a park and not from like somewhere that you've ordered online or a custom saber shop, it's very nice. It is very nice, and it's nice to wield as well. Very comfortable, hence, because it's so smooth, there's barely anything to get in the way. And, as you can see here, there's a Covertech knob, which you can place in the belt buckle. I don't have one on me right now, it's buried away somewhere in the back of my room, but the belt buckle can fit with this, so you can take the blade out, which you push in, twist around, and then take out, and the sound tells you that it's taken it out. Put the little blade plug back in, which is quite nice and understated in this. It's not too bad. And then pop it on your belt, and off you go. You're away. So yeah, like I said, I didn't go there myself. My friend did, and he brought this back with him for me to have a look at. And that's very nice of you, mate. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So yeah, overall, it's not too bad. I definitely want to go to Galaxy's Edge one day. I may be in the stages of planning that already. But no, I definitely want to go and look for myself. This is not one of the sabers you can customize in the shop, because that's something, apparently, according to him, you have to book it over a week in advance. There's no guarantee that you will get in, but it also costs double, because it's like the experience of building it and then having the saber at the end of it. So you buy the saber and you pay for the experience in the junk shop and putting it all together and whatnot. I won't pass any comments or judgments on what I think of all that Galaxy's Edge thing until I've actually gone, because a lot of people have said the same thing, where it's, in this kind of community, it can be a little elitist. Like, a lot of people dump on Saber Forge a lot, and I can see the reasons why, but some of the other reasons that they tout for being rubbish, I don't agree with at all. But some of the common stuff that comes from this is they're very thick and chunky, you have to pay a lot for them, and it's all built around this one kind of chassis. You can only have so much customization with it, which I say, like, what do you expect? But like I said, I won't really get into that too much. Comparing the two, they're very different, but also they are very much Star Wars lightsabers, which is fantastic, which is, what we've all been wanting for since we were growing up back in the 90s and the 2000s, like me anyway. So yeah, this is really cool. I'm going to go to Galaxy's Edge. When I do go, I might film a little bit, or I'll just come back and do a video on everything that I saw there. But I think I'll end up not going for the... I don't think I'll end up going for the saber building experience. I will, however, do what my friend did, and in the store they've got, I think they call them legacy sabers, I'll have to check with him, but they had essentially a counter with all these other lightsabers of characters that you've seen before, like Obi-Wan's from episode 1, which is a very tempting one that I might want to get, but they're all of this caliber, of the kind of chunkier, insert the blade in, twist it round sort of thing. So yeah, I'll see how that goes, but otherwise I'm really, really, really pleased with this, considering it was a gift as well. I can't really complain, can I? Obviously with postage and stuff, there's not really going to be any postage, because he went there, he flew there himself and brought it back with him, so you don't really pay for it postage wise. In terms of the actual saber itself, I think altogether, including the bag, the blade, the box and the saber here, I think it came to about $250. So for what I'd argue is almost about a third of the price of my most expensive saber, you're getting quite a good deal. And it's the kind of saber that I would consider maybe not fighting with, but more for cosplay or photo shoots or something like that as a memorabilia collectible item. Thanks very much for watching this short video, guys. I just wanted to do a quick little review almost, and a comparison a little bit of this one with the Saber Forge one, which is the only other ones I've really got. And like I said, it was a really nice surprise. To keep updated with the stuff I'm doing, I have an Instagram, I have a Twitter, and obviously I have Twitch, as I mentioned in my update video, that I'm doing a fair amount on at the moment. Okay guys, take care and may the force be with you.